Hey there, fellow Americans. If you've been scrolling through your social media feed lately, you've probably seen the explosive news about a supposed $4,000 stimulus check making waves across the country. But before we dive into this breaking story that's got everyone talking, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on crucial financial updates that could affect your wallet. The internet is buzzing with claims that former President Trump has just announced a massive $4,000 stimulus check program through the IRS. You might be wondering, is this really happening? Can I expect a deposit in my bank account soon? And most importantly, what do I need to do to qualify? Well, I'm here to break down the truth behind these viral claims and help you understand what's really going on with this latest stimulus check story. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. Social media has been flooded with screenshots and posts claiming that Trump has somehow authorized new stimulus payments through the IRS. Many of you have been messaging me asking if you need to fill out special forms or visit particular websites to claim your check. The excitement is understandable after all. Who wouldn't want an extra $4,000 in their bank account? But here's where we need to separate fact from fiction. First, let's look at how these rumors started spreading. It began with a series of viral posts on various social media platforms, featuring what appeared to be official-looking documents and screenshots. These posts claimed that Trump had worked with certain members of Congress to push through an emergency stimulus package. They cited economic pressure on American families and rising inflation as the primary motivators for this supposed payment. The posts even included specific details about qualification requirements and distribution dates, making them seem incredibly legitimate at first glance. But here's what you really need to know: the current process for any stimulus payment requires specific legislative action from Congress, followed by presidential approval. This means that no former president, including Trump, has the authority to unilaterally declare or distribute stimulus checks. The IRS, while responsible for distributing approved payments, can only act on officially passed legislation. This is crucial to understand because misinformation about government payments can lead to serious consequences for vulnerable individuals who might fall prey to scams. Speaking of scams, this brings us to an important warning. Whenever news of potential stimulus payments circulates, we unfortunately see an uptick in fraudulent activities. Scammers are quick to capitalize on these situations, creating fake websites and forms that ask for personal information or even payment processing fees to expedite your stimulus check. Remember, the IRS will never ask you to pay a fee to receive a stimulus payment, and they already have the information they need for most eligible recipients. You might be thinking, but what about all those people claiming they've already received their $4,000? Isn't there some truth to these stories? This is where digital manipulation and misunderstanding come into play. Many of the proof screenshots being shared are either edited images or completely fabricated. Some might even be showing unrelated tax refunds or previous stimulus payments from years past, being recirculated to create false hope. Let's talk about why these kinds of rumors gain so much traction. The truth is, many Americans are still feeling the financial squeeze from various economic pressures. Rising costs of living, inflation, and ongoing economic uncertainty have created an environment where the prospect of additional government assistance seems not just appealing but necessary for many families. This emotional and financial vulnerability makes it easier for misinformation to spread rapidly. But don't worry, I'm not just here to debunk claims without offering valuable information. Let's discuss what legitimate financial assistance programs are actually available right now. While there might not be a new $4,000 stimulus check coming, there are numerous federal, state, and local assistance programs that many Americans might qualify for but don't know about. These include expanded child tax credits, earned income tax credits, and various state-specific relief programs that could provide significant financial benefits to eligible individuals and families. For example, did you know that several states have implemented their own versions of stimulus programs? While these typically aren't as large as $4,000, they represent real opportunities for financial assistance that many viewers might be eligible for. Additionally, there are legitimate tax credits and deductions that could result in larger tax refunds for many Americans, money that could make a real difference in your budget. This brings us to an important question: how can you stay informed about legitimate financial assistance opportunities while protecting yourself from misinformation? The key is to rely on official government sources for your information. The IRS website, www.irs.gov, is always the best place to verify any claims about tax-related payments or stimulus checks. Similarly, your state's official government website will have accurate information about any state-specific assistance programs. Let's also address why these types of viral claims often specifically mention Trump. Political figures, especially former presidents, are frequently invoked in viral content because they generate strong emotional responses and higher engagement rates. This doesn't mean the claims are true, it's simply a tactic used to make content spread more quickly across social media platforms. It's crucial to approach any such claims with a healthy dose of skepticism, regardless of which political figure is mentioned. Now, you might be wondering about the timing of these rumors. Why are they surfacing now? Often, these types of viral claims tend to spike during tax season or when economic issues are prominent in the news. The mention of the IRS and payday creates a sense of immediacy and legitimacy that can make the claims more believable. However, it's important to remember that significant government payments like stimulus checks are always widely reported by major news outlets and officially announced through government channels, not just through social media posts. Let's talk about what you should do if you see these claims being shared. First, resist the urge to immediately share the information, even if it comes from someone you trust. Take a moment to verify the claims through official sources. If you have friends or family members who might be vulnerable to such misinformation, take the time to help them understand how to verify information and protect themselves from potential scams. Speaking of protection, here are some red flags to watch out for when you encounter claims about new stimulus payments or government assistance. Be wary of any posts or websites that ask for personal information to check your eligibility or speed up your payment. Be skeptical of claims that require you to act immediately or risk losing your payment. And always be cautious of requests to pay any kind of fee to receive government benefits. Legitimate government payments never require processing fees. This brings us to an important discussion about financial literacy and preparedness. While we may not be receiving a $4,000 stimulus check, this is an excellent opportunity to review your financial situation and explore legitimate ways to improve it. Have you checked if you're eligible for any current tax credits? Are you taking advantage of all available deductions? Are there assistance programs in your state that you might qualify for? These are the kinds of questions that can lead to real financial benefits. Let's also consider the broader economic context. Many Americans are looking for ways to increase their income or reduce expenses, which makes the idea of a surprise stimulus payment particularly attractive. Instead of waiting for unlikely government payments, consider exploring legitimate side hustles, reviewing your budget, or consulting with financial advisors who can help you make the most of your current resources. Here's something else to think about: how can we better prepare ourselves for future financial challenges? While stimulus checks provided crucial support during unprecedented times, they were never intended to be a long-term solution. Building emergency savings, developing multiple income streams, and understanding available assistance programs are all more reliable ways to create financial stability. Now, you might be wondering why I'm spending so much time explaining all this instead of just saying it's fake and moving on. The reason is simple: understanding how and why these rumors spread, and learning to identify legitimate financial opportunities versus scams, is crucial knowledge that can protect you and your loved ones from future misinformation. This knowledge is power that can help you make better financial decisions and avoid potential scams. Let's talk about the impact of viral misinformation on our communities. When false claims about stimulus payments spread, they can create false hope and even lead people to make poor financial decisions based on the expectation of receiving money that isn't coming. This can have real consequences for families who might delay paying bills or making important purchases because they're counting on a promised payment that never materializes. This brings us to an important point about financial planning and decision-making. Instead of relying on social media claims about surprise government payments, focus on building a solid financial foundation. This includes understanding your current benefits and tax situation, knowing how to verify financial information, and having a plan for both short-term and long-term financial goals. You might be thinking, but what if I really need financial assistance right now? This is a valid concern, and there are legitimate resources available. Contact your local social services office, visit benefits.gov, or consult with a nonprofit credit counseling agency. These resources can help you identify real assistance programs you might qualify for and develop strategies to improve your financial situation. Let's also discuss the role of social media in spreading financial misinformation. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok can be valuable sources of information, but they can also be breeding grounds for misleading content. Learning to navigate these platforms critically and fact-check claims before acting on them is an essential skill in today's digital age. Before we wrap up, let's address one final question: what should you do if you've already shared this information with others? It's simple: be part of the solution by sharing the correct information. Help others understand how to verify financial claims and protect themselves from scams. Remember, sharing accurate information is just as important as avoiding the spread of misinformation. Remember, while this particular claim about a $4,000 stimulus check may not be real, staying informed about legitimate financial opportunities and assistance programs is crucial. Keep following reliable news sources, checking official government websites, and most importantly, developing your financial literacy skills. These are the real keys to improving your financial situation in the long run. Thank you for staying with me through this detailed explanation. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from this knowledge. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions about financial literacy and fact-checking. I'd love to hear your perspectives and continue this important conversation. Until next time, stay informed and financially savvy.